Sure used to rain all the time over there in Orlando. It is a much less frequent occurrence here. Yet wet weather so early in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California. Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Allergies is killing me, dog.
18 yards, first down Niners. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. With a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Lawrence.
Trevor, what are you doing? Oh my God.
There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You have to think on early downs like that down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Never seen Trevor look that bad.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Firing quickly. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I know from past experience, before you
visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be at some.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. It's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. First down inside the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change direction, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Running on 1st down with Ware. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple get from the 5 down to the 3. You're looking at this now. You got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They will run with Ware. And the D not yielding much there. Get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action.
It's caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The kickoff unit is on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
57, Mike. Hey, Sam on.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
On third down, Lawrence. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up fourth. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2nd and 2. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run with Ware. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Truth is the mic. Truth is the mic. Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. And Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. Now, guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
They'll run on 1st down. Kerr, and an alley to run. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Back to throw. Lawrence, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
61, matchbox, light. Ready?
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Ware. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now back to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
The kicker on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. Let's go. 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
218, chop.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Open man is Ross, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Let's do this.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll set up a throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 1-yard touchdown reception. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, this
What's
is
going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Lawrence completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They start the drive with Ware. To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to, and that's caught inside the 30. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. In for the score. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen. But when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
2nd and 6. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
22. Jet. Follow. 48 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Hustle.
They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st down, Ware, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
25, check 25, check 25.
Oh.
2nd and 9 now. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Get in the weight room.
They'll run now with Ware. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
A throw left side to start out, that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7th. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Dodges him at the 50. 51 yards on the punt there. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Where? A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll drop the throw. flush to his right. Pass incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Again, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got
Was good.
But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it down.
Yo, I cannot fathom how fake this league is, dog.
As his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt.
Man.
Do you hear that? Do you hear the...
Nah.
Scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
She's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right
She's
now.
going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
It's not like it's literally like
In the end zone.
I don't even know how to even explain this. Like,
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard
like
line.
your team rating matters in this junk. Like the way my team play against teams that are like beyond better than them is totally different from the way they play against teams that are like on their level.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
Like my wide receivers can't get off the ball, can't get off the line of scrimmage. Like I really don't see the point of even playing.
The last run got a couple. Here's
Yeah, I'll be on.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a
All right.
shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on.
Yeah, but no, I'm definitely getting on 2K. I ain't been on all day.
Still moving around back there. The number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much
All
in
right.
a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
All right.
Still competing, still fighting, not taking
All
himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Looking to throw. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball. They were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again. Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I don't think you got it, son. 52's the mic.
Throwing on third and long. Lawrence. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Go. Hey, Charlie. Get it.
On fourth down, Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pull it high.
Throwing on third and long. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Come on, set. 10 logo. Check the outs. 2 draw Porker. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, orbit. 57's Mike. Now.
2nd and 4. Flushed out right. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game.
Leo. Back.
His pass caught at the 4. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Will Lutz on for the point after. And the lead drops from 34 to 27.
Makes the score Seahawks 34, 49ers 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Mike 48. Coming to you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot. Long day. That's going to be a long day. Mike 52. Here we go.
From the gun, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Mike 52. Here we go, D.
Throwing again, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique, and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
Going deep downfield for Ross. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
2nd and 10. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A gain there of 21 yards. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense.